Hello, and welcome back to another edition of Carrie's Gardening Channel. So today is September the 7th, 2024, and I wanted to originally do this video differently, but the wind is blowing outside, so I had to do the video inside. We're going to go over some different vegetables here that we're growing this year, what did well for us, what didn't do well for us. So these here are the dragon tongue beans, and these are a bush bean. See what these look like here. Now this is the coloring of these beans. They are absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately though, they do lose their color when you cook them or when you can them. Now you can eat these raw, you can eat these cooked, you can them, and you can also use them as a shelling bean, where when you let them dry, you take the beans out and you let the beans dry and then you rehydrate them in the water. You can use these for that. So these are 60 days from the time that you plant the seeds to when they should start producing for you. Now that can vary depending on what they're being fed, depending on your climate, how they're growing. So these are a Dutch heirloom, and they date back to at least the 19th century. These are delicious. They have a wonderful flavor to them even when they're cooked. We really love the flavor of them, so this will be one that we will be keeping. These are a very high yielding bean. Exceptional yields we got off of them this year, and this is the first year that we grew them. We are very thankful and very happy for the harvest that we have gotten out of our garden this year. And then we have our absolute favorite one here. These are the Bush Blue Lake, and these are the bush beans here. There are some wax beans in there. Now we tried two different wax bean varieties, and unfortunately we got them accidentally mixed up. So one of them did have strings and the other one did not, but they have a delicious sweet flavor to them. All of our beans this year have nice sweet flavor to them. So for the wax beans, I'm not sure which one actually has the string and which one doesn't, because like I said, they got mixed up. The Blue Lake green beans, we love that variety. We've been growing that variety for years. This is our #1 growing variety for canning, which is the Blue Lake bush beans. These are delicious green beans. We love the flavor of them. They're really good for when you make like your green bean casseroles. You can also make wax bean casserole too. That's really good. You just make it the same way. Instead of the green beans, you put in wax beans. We have not tried the dragon tongue beans yet with that, but I'm sure like during the winter time when we're getting our canned stuff out, because we have the dragon tongue beans in there as well, they're going to be going in for green bean casserole too. And then we have our purple beans here. And these here are what they call TP beans. T-E-E-P-E-E beans. And these are a bush bean. These have wonderful flavor to them. You can eat these cooked. You can eat these raw. But these are very high yielding. It's the first year that we ever grew these. And we do really like them. So look how pretty these are together. This is one of the dragon tongue beans here. Now, our plants got that large this year that they had to actually be, we had to put stakes in, and we had to run string to actually keep our beans from falling over. Now, the advantage of the purple beans is that they are easy to see when you're harvesting them. But like I said, we did have to take in run strings to keep our bush beans up this year. Even though they're bush beans, they got that large that they started falling over with all of the harvest that they produced for us. And here we have some of our Mr. Stripey tomatoes. Now these do have some blemishes in them. We were having an issue with army worms attacking our tomatoes, and we did have an issue with the tomato hornworm trying to get some of them. So these here, we've been growing these for years and years and years. I first got the seeds from Mr. Stripey on my own, and I believe it was like 2009, and I've been collecting seeds from these ever since. So these here are from seeds that I've collected And I've been, continuing to keep the heirloom Mr. Stripey alive by taking the seeds and collecting them out. So this one here is one of the nicest ones that we have out of this. We had two really big ones. The one, unfortunately, the first one I collected seeds out of, the seeds actually got thrown away somehow. The second one, we did better labeling, and hopefully these don't get thrown away because they came out of a really huge Mr. Stripey. And I will put a picture of that one on so you can see how large the first one was. So what I look for when I'm collecting seeds from heirlooms is I look for fruit quality, I look for high yielding plants, I look for the nice size of the fruit itself, I look for plant vigor, I look for disease resistance and blight resistance, and I pick from there for which ones I'm going to harvest my seeds out of, because I want to keep the genetics going. I want to make sure that I'm not just taking the seeds from whatever and winding up actually losing the variety. I love the coloring of the Mr. Stripey's. Mr. Stripey is a very sweet heirloom tomato. It is a bicolor tomato. It can be temperamental to grow. And I did do a video on Mr. Stripey where I go more into depth of its history, which I will have a link for that you can click on at the end of this video, and you can watch more of the history of Mr. Stripey, the Mr. Stripey tomato. We did grow some different tomatoes this year, and I can see some different ones that we have in here. There's a bad spot on one of those, so we're going to have to address that really quickly. But I will put a full list of all the different tomatoes that we grew this year. I know we did grow the Park Whopper, and we grew the Better Boy. We grew the Mr. Stripey. We grew Early Girl, Early Treat Hybrid, and we grew the Chef's Choice one. And I think there was another one that we grew. I'll have to check my list because there were two new ones I'm pretty sure I added this year. I know at least one new one, which was the Chef's Choice, but I think then it was two new ones I decided to add in. And you can see here some of the zucchinis that we grew. This is a Black Beauty zucchini. This one over here was a zucchini that actually crossed with another zucchini. It came up on its own, and that one there was the result of it. They have really sweet flavors this year. All the vegetables this year have pretty much sweet flavors. The tomatoes, it's getting kind of late in the season, so those kind of got a little tangy. And then we have our summer squash over there. So we had beautiful carrot harvest this year, and we had some nice red beet harvests. The broccoli is doing pretty good. That was a new variety. We will be keeping that variety because I really like it. I like the flavor of it. The purple of Sicily cauliflower, we have yet to see that actually give a head off of it. So, in its defense, it did get planted very late, but I'm not sure if it's going to get a second chance. I'm hoping that it gets a second chance so we can really see what it can do under normal right conditions. With this year, we planted our stuff really late, and the weather just would not cooperate with us. So I'm thinking that has something to do with the purple of Sicily cauliflower not giving, but I'm not 100% sure. Our cabbage is starting to come in. We have more broccoli coming in. So the tomato varieties that we grew this year, they were really nice and meaty. They didn't have cores in them. They weren't really too many seeds in them. So we were really pleased with the tomato selection that we grew this year. And we've been making so much zucchini bread, zucchini muffins. I did get to make my chocolate zucchini cake. It was a chocolate zucchini bundt cake, and that was delicious with the zucchini. So we've been using the zucchini up. We didn't make any zucchini relish this year. We've been eating our onions a lot, and You know, we've been enjoying our harvest here. Okay, so you can see the red beet harvest here, and this is our, I think, second or third red beet harvest that we've had. We were doing the succession sowing. These are the Detroit dark red beets here, and these are over here waiting to get rinsed off, and then the leaves are going to get cut off of them. You can eat the leaves if you choose to. They're really good in salads. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. So if you like my video, please like, comment, subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the little notification button. I'll tell you as I put a new video on. Also follow me on Twitter. I'll have a link down in the description for my Twitter account. Thank yous for watching, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye!